Hey everybody, it's New Horizon Lawn Care. We're getting ready for fall. We've got a piece of equipment out and getting other equipment ready. Getting ready for fall / winter. We're going to be doing leaf cleanups. I got the big, it's a mess in here. Big box back there. We've got to get some gator blades on the mowers to chop up leaves. We've got Clint's building a, what do you call it? Chicken coop for chickens. I'm going to be taking these lights, pod lights off of 72 because it's broken down. We're putting them on my truck as side lighting, kind of alley light, side light deals. We've got to get this thing ready for snow. We're going to be putting a light bar on top of it, probably a Speed Tech bar, something. We're going to we got to get this wired up, got to give it a bath. We've got to get the hood put back on it, definitely needs a bath. Switch is wired up. I'm going to be putting a waterproof switch in here. Like I said, we're going to put probably a 22-inch bar up here, and then we're going to put a 14-inch micro bar on top, run that all into switches, or a cigarette lighter thingamabob or something like that. Might even put a cigarette lighter thing here on the side. Haven't decided. We're going to be putting a new cutting edge on the bucket, possibly getting the bucket bent back to shape, which I got to call the guy that's going to do that for us next week. He's going to try to see if he can bend that back for us to where it will scrape better. We're possibly going to be getting a rear blade for this so that we can scrape a little better. We've got the box blade, which is out there on the trailer, but you have to lift up on it every so often. So I think a regular scrape blade would be perfect for this. But I'm going to try to get that. We've got snow blowers that we're going to be getting ready to go, which I got to go get those at the other place. It looks like, where's my toolbox? Is that one mine? No, that one was Clint's. My toolbox used to sit right here. That's a good question. It's sitting somewhere. I'm sure they're using it for a shelf or a storage compartment or something. But we've got this, which I think will do salt. So we're going to try to use this for salt this year for bigger parking lots. I've just got to change the auger out in it after we get some seating done. If we ever get any seating done, we got another pod light here I need to do something with. Mount it on that to be brighter, maybe. We got the vacuum there. I got it all ready to go. It runs now. I just dumped some better fuel in it and all that stuff. Well, anyway, guys, like I was saying, we've been busy trying to get stuff ready for fall cleanup. Mowers are out on getting worked on, our big vacuum machine. I'm currently out here with my fall garden. We put some fall green beans in. Our other green beans didn't do very good. We had some that didn't come up green bean wise, and we had some that came up where they wasn't supposed to come up. So kind of give you a little go over of that. I think next year this is going to be our green bean patch and possibly corn patch. I think we might try to put some corn out next year. This is where we dumped all of that compost, and then I've tilled it in. We kind of took the raised garden part up. It was all sinking, and so I just put the tiller in here and chewed all that compost into the soil below it. And I tell you what, it has really helped this soil a lot. Now there's there's lettuce, and I think there's actually some trying to come up now. It looks like we got some volunteer tomatoes coming up. There's some other stuff trying to come up, so maybe they're actually going to come up now. They're just being late. But we planted some carrots, turnips. We got turnips. Planted beets, didn't get no beets, but we got volunteer tomato plants coming up. Did get a lot of rain last couple of days, probably inch and a half. So everything is wet, muddy, and we're going to be mowing this afternoon and all day tomorrow. So yeah. But I want to show you, they're not quite ready, but they are getting some green beans on them here. I need to get just a little bit fatter. They're pretty skinny yet. I like mine a little bit fatter. I also got little itty bitty ones on there too. So probably Sunday I'll come in and pick some, or Saturday night. Maybe we get done with all of our lawns early. Of course, we got more blooms. These isn't as far along, but there's a row of green beans. I had 3 little small rolls right here. Apparently 3 plants come up over there, one there, one there, 2 here, 3 here. I'm actually gonna do a little replant down in here because that's why these are a little smaller, because it don't look like they're gonna do all this good. But these plants look pretty good. Yeah, they're loaded. This one's kind of trying to fall over. Get that weed out of there. But these are not as quite, but they're getting there. So I'll probably come in Sunday and pick some beans, green beans. Saturday or Sunday. There'll be a few that's ready. Like these are getting close. The bean is still pretty small in there. So let them stay on there a little bit longer. Let them get just a tad bit bigger. We don't want to get too bigger because then they get to where they're not tasting. These are all the turnips. We do have some coming up in there. Some, I noticed as we pull some out, this guy needs to come out. That's a weed. The other ones will start to get bigger. And then they got great dirt to grow in. This is good composted stuff. Of course, it's been kind of dry, but now they're gonna take off. The weather's just starting to get right, warm back up a little bit. So yeah. But anyway, had a little bit of truck problems. Had brake pads go out on my truck. Had to put new brake pads on it this morning. Got that done around noon. Waiting for Clint to get off work, and then we're gonna go do some mowing in Charleston. Or we gotta go to Charleston, get the trailer because that's what the trailer is, and then we're gonna head off over to Mattoon and try to see what we can knock out in Mattoon tonight. Try to get some residentials done. I think that's all we have left to do in Mattoon. The snowplow truck, my truck, is getting there. Say we got new lights. If you haven't seen those, go check out my 343 channel. Product review out on those. New brake pads on the front. I'll be probably replacing the shoes before winter. Still haven't got my fender flare back on there. I know that looks terrible, but my deal is to hopefully get another truck, hopefully either sometime during winter or after winter, and just use this one for a snowplow truck. So maybe a work truck. I did get the other lights mounted on the back. They're not wired. That was actually pretty easy to do. Kind of wish I would have got the big ones, the 7x3s. I think it is. Yeah, 7x3s. I wish I would have got from Speed Tech. This probably would have looked a little bit better back there, but it's all good. I got to get a new one of these to kind of make this look a little better. It keeps falling out. The bumper's still crappy. Still got to get my reverse light stuck in. The backup alarm, I've got a really cool backup alarm coming. It's got a very cool tone. We got this guy mounted up here. Not wired in yet. Got one over there. It's a mess, but it's slowly starting to get back to a snowplow truck. We're looking for another snowplow truck. Our F-250, the big green one we used in the wintertime with the V-plow, got into an accident earlier this year and kind of got totaled. Crazy thing is, we're having trouble finding something to replace it. We need another F-250. So if you guys know if anybody's selling any good F-250s, let me know. Tomatoes, they're pretty much done. I mean, we're getting 1 or 2, 3 or 4 here and there. I think I picked Morning Glories are starting to go nuts in here again, which I wanted to bring in, if we can, a load of mulch, compost mulch, and put in here and chew in and let it decompose, because there's a lot. It's already powder up in Charleston. They've got a spot up there that I was going to get maybe a dump trailer or something. And yeah, the tomatoes are pretty much done. We haven't got a frost yet, but I definitely want to get all this pulled up. A lot of the weeds took over. We got to build bigger cages next year, and I got to even space them further. Normally I've been spacing about 2 feet apart. I spaced them 4.5 feet apart this year, and they still went nuts. As in well, here. I mean, we're still getting new blooms and stuff on it. I mean, I guess I should leave them till closer to frost. We've got a few tomatoes down there. We got a couple. I mean, they're not getting big, but they might now since we got 1.5 inches of rain. But this used to be able. I used to be able to get a tractor down through here, but I can't do that. When they were little, I could. And I think we've got a hornworm somewhere. Found the little dude because I can see the tops of these plants are getting eaten. So, yep. I thought the hornworms were done by now. You got to be up in here somewhere hiding. He's not getting the tomatoes. But, oh, there he is. He's a little guy. I see him. Right there. There he is. He blends in well, doesn't he? Well, he can have fun. They ain't got much left on him. I mean, if it was still early year, I'd be spraying again, treating again for him. I did treat twice for him, and it kept him away up until I've just stopped treating for him. So if I go get, I've got some 7 dust in there I could spray on him or put on him, and it'd kill him. This one doesn't seem to have many problems with bugs. It's just dying off. We got some growth out here. I mean, it's nuts. Got a couple big ones down here. I wish they would turn, because they're still like this one. That'd be a good one. There are a couple in there. Stink bugs are going nuts this year. Anybody having problems with stink bugs? There's another hornworm right there. I seen. They're a little brighter green. But these here, I don't think I'm going to plant these next year. I can't remember what name they are. I have all these written down. They're just now taking off, and I'm probably actually going to be making this garden smaller. Probably going to maybe possibly seed from here to this tree. We did have a limb kind of come down in it, break down, fall apart, whatever, this last year, and we cleaned all that up, and it still didn't really help. If that tree was gone and this would get more sunlight, it'd do a lot better. I know I'm rambling on about gardening and stuff, but that's part of lawn care. As you can tell, Clint hasn't been mowing his lawn. Of course, we're down mowers. We need to trim some of these trees, and this tree really needs a good trimming. This is some sort of cherry tree, but it does look pretty in the, what do you call it? But yeah, these, I don't think I'm planting any of these next year. They just take for darn ever. They got all kinds of tomatoes on them, but they're taking forever to turn. So they look healthy. There's not even any worms on them. I will say that they're resistant to worms. The worms don't like that brand, I guess. So, like I say, we've got some cages over here. We've got to go through and pull the vines out. I want to get these vines pulled out of the cages, which I normally they're so rooted in there. I normally just take the forks on the Kubota, stick in the cage, and lift up, and it pulls them out of the ground. And then I let them dry up, and then you can pull them out a lot easier once the plant dries up. And then I want to chew this up real good before fall. And I would like to put some composted manure / bark, tree bark, wood chips, stuff like that to try to get some good matter in here, so that next year, which possibly next year, we're going to be putting a huge garden out here, which it is very rich because that grows very thick. So I don't think we're going to add too much. I told Clint, I said, if we're going to do it, I would like to chew it up this fall, later this fall, probably early November, mow it off, and that way we could put a bigger garden out there. We can space stuff and maybe even just seed this in, put it back to yard. So yeah, he's also got some chickens he's going to be putting out here for eggs, and all that good stuff. So lots to kind of talk about. We're gonna have some, I'm still working on getting a better GoPro. I just haven't pulled the trigger yet on getting a Hero 9. I don't think I want to get the 10s. I've heard a lot of problems about those overheating. So I don't really feel like getting one that's gonna overheat on me. I don't feel like it, but yeah. We've got a bunch of stuff to burn. It's wet now, so, and the ground's wet, so we haven't been burning because it's too dry. But all right, guys, well, we're gonna go do some mowing. Well, it's about 6:15. gonna be, I think, the last one for the night. We've got a full day tomorrow of mowing.